So let's start at the beginning. The Hermit card is right here. It is upside down. And this Hermit card can stand for a Virgo, if it is a person. But the Hermit card is all about going to the mountaintop, asking for questions, asking the spirit within for information. It is upside down, so it does feel like you might be withdrawing or not really wanting to look at the situation or act on the situation, that it does look like it's demanding some attention from you, and it does look like communication, action, maybe money may be involved. So it does feel like spirit is asking you to really take a look. Avoidance will no longer serve you, or filling your time up with superfluous things that really don't propel you into the direction you need to go. It does feel like spirit is kind of asking you to make some changes that might be difficult or uncomfortable. But it does look like you have physically been stressed out for a little bit. This card kind of indicates lack of sleep, lack of eating, or good nutrition. It does feel like maybe your stomach has been bothering you a little bit. I am picking up some energy down your spine, so you may have some issues with your back that is directly related to the stress that you're under. It does feel like you are the leader of the band, driver of the Winnebago type thing, and that stress on you, kind of the leader of the family, or doing things for the family first before doing things for you, is kind of catching up. I know that this is a running theme for you, sweet Pisces, but it looks like it's really screaming at you. Your body is really screaming at you that there are things that you need to do. So if you've had, a hitch in your get along for about 6 months, it's time to go to the doctor. If your back has been bothering you and you know there's things that you need to do, it's time to do them. It looks like your physical earth suit is very stressed because some of these stress have morphed into pain into your body. And I am picking up some energy along the back and along the side. So you may have some stomach problems. And it may kind of morph into digestive issues, either going too much or not enough when you're evacuating, shall we say. But it does look like your creature comforts are kind of at a standstill, sleeping, eating, feeling comforted, feeling joy. It does look like a lot of that has been really strained, but you've been carrying the load for way too many people that are grown ass adults, as my child would say. He's a grown-ass adult. That it does look like you've been taking on some responsibilities that are not necessary, and your body is taking a hit from it, sweet Pisces. The Ace of Swords is here. Swords are all about communications, higher learning. And when you have an ace, that's really the hand of God. These are kind of predestined things. So this does look like you may be embracing a new lifestyle of some sort. Really having to bring your willpower up, and you have some spiritual growth coming. It does feel like you may have had a very important talk with someone. This may be within a marriage. This may be a parent-child communication or family dynamic or work, but it does feel like it's about time for you to stand up for yourself and really change the game that's going on. The game that, so-and-so will do it. They don't mind. They know how to do it. It doesn't matter how capable you are, sweet Pisces. When you have too much on your plate, you have too much on your plate. And it does feel like it's not only work-related, but as well as family. But it does look like you're kind of the cog of the wheel. It makes everything go. But if your body gives out, then these people are going to have to figure it all out. So you might as well start pulling back now and start taking care of yourself on that physical level. Get some answers. And if you're feeling groovy and fine, that's wonderful, Pisces, but you may want to go in just for your checkup, just to make sure that everything's running fine. But it's time for you to really focus on your earth suit, focus on your happiness and your pleasure. Other things can fall that really are not your responsibility or things that you did not create. So what is happening here is the Four. This is the Four of Swords. This is kind of an extension of this as well. So it does look like your sleep is being interrupted. You may be having very telling dreams, but it does look like you're picking things off one by one, and you're being able to resolve things if you look at things one at a time. But it does feel like you kind of have this resolute, or you're resolute to surrender, that you're really ready to surrender some of these things that are taking up way too much time and energy in your life and really don't serve you. It may be something you've habitually done, like pay your son's car payment or something like that, that they are perfectly willing and able to do. And if they aren't, they can sell their car and get something they afford. So it's time for you not to clean up anybody else's messes. Let them fall on their face. You can support and love them through their choices and that journey. You don't have to pick it up anymore. It's causing you physical pain. It's causing you some emotional stuff and some sorrow. And it's really standing in the way from you moving forward while you're cleaning up other people's stuff in the past. So in present time, it does look like you have made a commitment to make some of those changes, pull back some of that energy, and really find the joy inside of you. So this Four here is all about getting together with people. This is celebration. This could be a new baby in the family or a new baby coming. This could be, a bar mitzvah, a wedding, or just getting together through the holidays. But it does look like there's some things happening right now where you're loved and supported unconditionally. So it does look like you've had to kind of move out some of these, what I call psychic vampires, and then reconnect with the people that are really unconditional love, just love you for you, allow you to be in a bad mood, hug you anyway kind of thing. So it looks like reconnecting with some folks and maybe folks from the past. So this could be a high school reunion or just a friend that reached out, or you reached out to a friend to reconnect. But it does look like things are getting a little lighter and a little easier. In the future position, this is the Six of Swords, and this does look like it's time to float a little bit. Let somebody else take the reins. So this is also a validation on this line of somebody else taking the reins. It's time for you to float. Let somebody else, pay all the bills. You've been doing it for quite a while, Pisces. You're very, very responsible, and sometimes that gets in the way of your health and your happiness when you take on too much that really isn't yours. So it does look like it's time during this, it's winter here in the western side of the globe. So it may be time for you to just start cuddling up with a book a little bit more and just wait it out. It doesn't look like jumping in and fixing things. Let somebody else drive the bus a little bit while you just float and enjoy yourself a little bit more. I know that's really not in your character. It's more in your character to jump in there and resolve things. But it's time to let other people take care of you a little bit. Take care of you. All right, and the basis of all this is a 5. 5s can be very tumultuous. So it does feel like you might have been embattled in a disagreement for a while. This may be within a marriage, a friendship. This may be work. Oh, I don't see a whole lot of work stuff. So it may be an interpersonal or a marriage, a relationship. But it does feel like there's a little discord. There's a little bit of arguing. Just not being able to get along. So you may have to walk away and surrender a little bit. And this may not even involve you or have been initiated by you, I should say. It does involve you because you're getting swept up in it, even if it wasn't initiated, is what I should say. Sorry, didn't mean to be ambiguous. But it does feel like it's time to walk away from some jive that has been up in your face for a really long time. And it looks like a very big decision. So it may be a relationship that you're walking away from. Doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage or a love relationship. This can be, someone in the family that you've been trying to get along with. This can be your child that's being too needy. This can even be a friend that is really not reciprocal friendship. But it does look like after many, many tries of trying to resolve and trying to come to some agreements that you are surrendering, and it does feel like you are walking away from either this relationship or this situation. It doesn't, it can be long-term, but it doesn't necessarily dictate it's long-term. It just means for the time being, you may need to walk away and just let them fight it out. The Ace of Pentacles is here. Pentacles are all about money, material things. Aces are hands of God, things that are meant to be. So this may be an unexpected windfall of money. This usually is a positive. Pentacles are about success in money, prosperity. So you may be getting some money together. Could even be retirement. It feels like some bills may have been lingering over your head. This can be like a student loan you've been paying off. It does feel like the ending of something has happened to either free up some money, or maybe you've given these bills. Maybe you've been paying your husband's car for the last 2 years, and now he can pay for it himself. So it does feel like there has been an adjustment of money, looking at money a little more honestly instead of adding more debt. It does feel like the last maybe 24 months you've been trying to clear debt. So it does look like the light at the end of the tunnel is right there. It's not a train, and things are clearing up for you around money. You're finding a little bit more balance. This can be an unexpected windfall of money. So this can be an inheritance. This can be a raise. This can be a check that you found in your wallet that you forgot was there. So it does feel like you may be gifted some unexpected success, possibly around money. So the next one that is here, it is upside down. This is also a 6. So you have 1, 2, 3 6s. So it does look like you are, your challenge, whatever it has been over the last year or so, that you're over halfway through it. You're kind of in the downhill part of it. You have found some resolution to some things and initiated them. So there is some energy around money here. So it does look like you've been either able to clear up some debt, pay off some debt, maybe some stocks that have been kind of sitting there or doing well for you. But there has been a new alignment of money for you. So it's not so out of balance as it has been over the last number of years. So this 6, it was upside down. This is usually gifting people. And we need some discernment too when we help people. If it's someone who just has their hand out all the time and they can create it for themselves, it's not necessary to gift them. So this is upside down. So it does feel like you have made that decision that you are no longer going to just take care of other people's problems, either financially or emotionally. It looks like you're kind of the cleanup person for other people's messes. So it does look like you made a conscious decision to stop doing that and to put more energy in taking care of your things. So this is a validation of all these messages here. So the 3 of Wands is right here. This does look like you are planning for the future. It does look like you have either emotionally or physically been cleaning out your closets. This can be, getting in the garage and cleaning it out. Anything from really turning over a new leaf. This can be looking at addictions. This can be walking away from behaviors that no longer serve you, friendships that no longer serve you, marriages, jobs. But it does look like you've kind of cleaned some house over the last couple of months and maybe not knowing what your next step is because you have an open canvas. It does look like you've kept some positive habits, and I'm feeling maybe you might have reintroduced yourself to some artwork or a passion of yours. Could be gardening, could be drawing, could be some kind of artistry, dancing, but it does look like something that gave you great joy in the past has been reignited again in the present time. So it does look like you're waiting a little bit. You may be saving some money for travel. This can indicate, going over a large body of water in the future, but it does feel like you kind of let go of some of things from the past. You've allowed people to fall a little bit. So it's kind of a little bit more of the same, but your body is really screaming for some attention, and and for you to take care of you first. These colors are lighting up here for me. This orange, you're really kind of moved out of the anger space that you might have been in the past years or so, and now you're starting to heal yourself, starting to reclaim your energy, reclaim your space, and you're really growing quite quickly, and to the point where it's like, ooh, what do I do next? This is happening so fast. Where do I go next? So it doesn't look like you have to make any grand decisions right away, but you're kind of gathering some information either for a big trip or doing something completely different and embracing those wonderful passions that you have forgot about long ago. To the left of this is the Ace of Wands. Aces are, hands of God. That is when we're on our karmic journey. Wands are all about action. And this particular wand, this particular ace really is about the beginning of something new, maybe a new business enterprise, some creative endeavor. As I say, it's right on the other side of the passion. So, you may be painting again and get an offer from somebody that wants to buy your paints. Wants to buy your painting. So this can be work, this can be an idea, but it's something that comes right out of the heavens, and it may shock you. You may even run into somebody that you haven't seen in a long time. There's a Queen of Cups over here. This can be a water sign. This can be somebody that was in your heart long ago that you run into, or a friend, a relative, something like that. But it does feel like it's going to come right out of nowhere. You may, bump your cart into them. And this can be a water sign, or this will be a water sign if it is a person, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And these Queens of Cups, they're usually very kind, creative. They can be very, very psychic. And it does feel like this is a visionary of some kind. It's someone who advised you very well. And it may even be someone in your heart space from the past. This can also mean you, sweet Pisces. So if it does mean you, it is kind of an extension, again, and a validation of you giving to you first. If we are not up to par, if we don't give ourselves our creature comforts, and we really can't go out into the world and help anyone else. So it's really time to take a look at healing ourselves, doing for ourselves first, and then if there's any energy left, any money left, then we can help others. But really making yourself a priority, Pisces. I know that I think it was last month or the month before that this began. So this is kind of more of the same.